So good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
So you guys had the National Field Day, right?
Right. It's a field day which we it's sponsored by the American Radio Relay League, and that's our ham radio national organization that we belong to and participate with. But the whole purpose of field day, which was to transmit in 24 hours, and we did that on we started at 1 o'clock on Saturday the 27th, and we transmitted all day, all night till 1 o'clock till Sunday for 24 hours. And so the whole goal of a field day is to make as many contacts at least part of the contest is to make as many contacts as we can with other ham radio stations, other ham radio clubs like ourselves in the United States, as well as in Canada. So we covered North America, and we did. We made, our goal was to make 3,000 contacts, radio contacts, and we were over 3,000 radio contacts. Now, and I'll count this in because that night there was a storm, and we had to shut down from 1 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and because of the electrical storm that went through.
Oh wow!
And then another thing too is that there was sustained winds, and I don't know what it was, but anyway, one of our antennas was damaged as well. So we had it down already. We thank God for duct tape and steel tubing, and we got it back up again, and then we went and hit it hard again. But we were down for 6 to 7 hours overnight. Overnight is not a big where we make a whole lot of radio contacts, but we do make a few, and I'm the kind of overnight guy, so I can stay up overnight and make as much as I can. But anyway, so I was really kind of juiced about that because if ever something happened. The Lake Area Radio Klub has the antennas, we have the radios, we have the batteries, we have the emergency power. So if something ever happened, and we can put up our antennas and we can talk around the world, and especially North America. And we we talk to every state in the United States as well as Canada, and all the provinces and all the divisions in there as well. So that was really cool, and it's a lot of fun, but it is a lot of work. But to have 3,000 contacts, we never ever done that before, so it was pretty cool.
Wow. So what is a contact? Okay. You just kind of scan and then pick something up?
Well, that's right. Now there's two ways of doing it. Is that you can broadcast. So our club call sign is W0WTN, and phonetically it's Whiskey Zero Whiskey Tango November. So what we'll do is I would go on the radio, and then I would just say CQ Whiskey Zero Whiskey Tango November, calling out to people, and then they would respond with their call sign, and then they would tell me how many transmitters they had. So our transmitters, we had 9 alpha. Meaning is that we had 9 transmitters in the alpha category. I'm not going to bore people with that, but we had 9 transmitters going. We had 3 in the phone. Phone is just like this. We can we talk voice communications over our radios. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we had 3 of those. We had 2 radios doing Morse code. Then there was another station that we had, and it was really cool. It was a satellite station. And with each of these stations, we had antennas with it, but the satellite one had. Usually, what we did is we have a handheld radio antenna that's directional, and it's used by when the satellite goes over, we just point that satellite and point it as it goes across Watertown, and we do it by hand. Mm-hmm. And now Kevin Harrington. He has a satellite antenna system that works with a computer, and the computer knows when the ham radio satellite is going over Watertown. And so take that back, the computer directs the satellite, and it looked like, it was really cool. It was just following it all the way across the sky. And then then what we do is we communicated with the satellite. The satellite retransmitted it down into a big window over across the United States. People contacted us up through the satellite, uplinked it back down to us again, and then we made over 5 contacts, radio contacts, using the ham radio satellites on that day.
Wow!
And then we have very much. It's called a digital station where we had 3 transmitters, but using there's a couple of them now, but they're specialized ham radio software. So what happens is that the computer will transmit through our radio up to the antenna, and we'll go out and we'll to a different radio station that's a computer that's listening for that, and our computers will talk back and forth, make contacts, and it's purely automated, and we're just relaying where we're at, where our call sign is, and what our what we're transmitting with. So it wasn't. But another thing too is in the ham radio world, if you want to, we call it rag chewing. I mean, if you want to talk to somebody and you can talk for 20, 30 minutes with somebody on the air, if you wish to. But this was just purely everybody make contacts and boom, we're done. And it was nothing for a person an hour. If for me, I did it. I think I made like over 100 contacts just myself, just in an hour, going back and forth with people. So it was a lot of fun, and it's a lot of work, but we really enjoy it. And especially and now another thing too is we knew we made 3,000 contacts, but there's a points matrix for all the different things, all radio contacts you make, and all the different things that you do to promote ham radio, and then all those points or all those get submitted to the national organization, and then we'll find out where we stand nationally with other clubs in the nation. And we really wish it was kind of instantaneous, but I mean it's instantaneous when it goes in, but we'll know in November where we sit with others ham radio clubs in the nation. Wow. Yeah, and South Dakota. But it's interesting because the way radio waves go is that it's an arc motion, So what happens is that it's very easy for us to contact Alaska, Hawaii, California, the East and West Coast, Florida, but it's very hard to contact and make contact with Nebraska or North Dakota because they'll just go over them. You can do it. It's just got to be in the right time, right place. And so it was really amazing, even closer yet, because I did talk to a guy in here in South Dakota, and during field day, it was very hard to do, just trying to talk to somebody, in an event like this. So, but we can, we have other ways of communicating in South Dakota if we need to with high frequency radios, but it can't be done. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, and we really enjoyed it, and we're really very happy that we made 3,000 job contacts. We made 3,000. I'm going back to my old work. Made 3,000 radio contacts in 24 hours. Yeah, minus 7 hours for radio being down for the storm. So
right, wow. Yeah. And the club itself too. You guys do get together, like if someone wants to kind of learn more.
Right, we meet. We meet monthly. It's the last Thursday of the month at the Salvation Army, and then. And that's one thing about the Lake Area Radio Klub is that like I said before, I was, in the 70s, I was hit by as a kid with the CB bug, with doing on Citizen Band. And then, the fad went away. And then what happened was that I was always interested in ham radio. And then, I don't know, anytime I saw anything on ham radio, like in magazines or online, I'd read about it. Then I finally found out that, wow, it's not as expensive that I thought it was going to be. And then I found out that the Lake Area Radio Klub was there. So they helped me get my licenses, I should say. And it was really nice because these guys were really good about, learn about radios. And find out that, there are radios available. We can help you get one used. And talk about antennas and those things. So it's like any professional organizations. Sure, it's technical in nature, but the real learning comes is when the networking that you do with the people in the area. And these guys in the Lake Area Radio Klub are whiz bangs when it comes to the technical part of it. I'm more of I kind of like it to be is like I'm a car driver. I'm a radio operator. And I know the rules of the road. I know how to operate my radio, but can I change the oil very well, or can I, break? Can I see what's going on with the radio, stuff like that? No, I need help on the technical end of it. Yeah. But I feel I'm really grown in that as far as being a radio operator. So I enjoy it a lot, and it is a lot of fun.
Awesome. So they could come check that out, learn a little more. You guys also have a Facebook page and website too, where you post kind of updates
So
too.
yeah, especially if you want to learn about the club passively, you can go to our websites, www.lakearearadioclub.org, and the club has a K, not a C, because there's another Lake Area Radio Klub somewhere in the United States. So we went with the K. And you take a look at that. And then there's, I guess I'll throw it out there. If anybody's interested and you want to talk to me about it, I'd be very happy to visit with you. And my telephone number is 605-520-8956. So, and like I say, it's for $25, you can get, I should have brought in our handheld transmitter. Looks like a walkie-talkie, but it's a ham radio with local short communications that you can do in Watertown area. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very, the prices come down on these things, but it's like anything else. It's a hobby, and sky's the limit how much you want to spend. But you don't have to go that high. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, and it's nice to know you can get used items as well too, to kind of just get your feet wet, if you will. So
definitely. It's one of those things. It's the better you just grow into it, the easier it is. So
yeah.
Lastly, I want to thank the National Guard Readiness Center for allowing us to use their parking lot. It was wonderful. It was really great. So
awesome. Good hosts out there.
They are.
Very good. Anything else you want to touch on?
No. Thank you for us coming in and blah, blah. This was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for what you do. And it is good to know that that's out there, especially for these other generations too. And in an emergency, we've got ways to communicate.
And if you have children who are interested in this, or children want to learn, there's resources out there. My grandson is very interested in Morse code. So he wants to, as an 11-year-old wants to learn Morse code. So it's like, and there's resources out there that are available. And then plus we have really good people in Morse code that can show them out as well. So
awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's Lake Area Radio Klub. Mike Jennings, thank you for joining us again. Appreciate that.
Sure.
Check them out online and learn a little more.
All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You bet. We'll get back to some music here on Northeast Radio SD.